Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday's conversation with Father Pat. Thanks, Father Pat, for being here, as always. And, Monday we talked a little bit more about your reflection based on Pope Benedict's homily last weekend in the bulletin. So we didn't have an opportunity to talk, as we usually do on Mondays, about your column or article on the front page. And this one was particularly important because of um, our objective, our mission that we need to strive for this year, and that is becoming apostles.
Yeah. So for the last few years, we've had a goal of 50-50 by 2020, right? So now 2020 is over. And so the question's what next? And, the whole 50-50 by 2020, that was all about building community, right? Our objective, the 50-50, was to have at least half the people that attend Mass here regularly to really feel part of the community. And we've done a lot of work. All last year was our year of communion with Christ and the community, about building the community. Of course, the pandemic has, had its our setbacks because of the pandemic, but we really are still continuing to do a lot of good work in building the community. And that's just essential to becoming a disciple, right? If our mission is to make disciples, the first thing Jesus did, was to put his disciples in a community. It's in community that we grow as disciples. So now as we look forward, the question is, well, what's next? If we're all disciples here in this community, what does that mean? Well, so now we're on that journey to become apostles. And that's really where our focus is shifting, is to continue to try to build a strong community, but to layer on top of that, well, what do we need to do to become apostles? What is the formation that we need to do? What is the discernment that we need to do? What it means to become an apostle. Apostle is one who is sent, and God is sending all of us to go make disciples. We all have that commission. God has given us unique talents, unique gifts that he wants us to use in making disciples. He has a specific purpose for us using the talents that he's given us. So we all need to be formed. We all need to discern and really look at where we're going to become apostles. So we're looking at all of our programs and not just asking, how can we make disciples, but how can we become apostles? And a good example there, we've been working on our faith formation program. And of course, with the pandemic, we've had some difficulties and all that, but we're continuing to roll out a new faith formation program where the really focus is on the parents' responsibility to become apostles, to make disciples of their children. And so all of our programs, we're looking at that, is how we can support our parishioners in becoming apostles, going out and making disciples.
Well, it sounds like the next logical progression in the steps that we're taking on our journey is to move from one to the other. So this weekend, Father, I know you wanted to mention a couple things about a couple things that are coming up.
Yeah, so another set of activities for this weekend. We've got on Saturday morning, we'll have, after the morning mass, we'll have a devotion to the infant Jesus of Prague. That feast day comes up in this time, and we always have a devotion. Our Filipino American Council sponsors a devotion, and in years past, it's lasted all day with food and breaks and speakers, and it's just a full day celebration. Well, this year, because of the pandemic, it's just a 2-hour celebration. It's just a novena that we'll do in that 2 hours rather than 9 hours that we normally do it. About an hour and a half after mass on Saturday. So come and join us for that. Join us for mass on Saturday, and then stay around for the novena. It'll be a great experience. Then this weekend, we're again asking and promoting People make contributions, donations to help us out with Habitat for Humanity. We've got, we'll have on the website an easy way for you to go and donate electronically. We ask you to consider doing that. We'll have in the back of the church a place with envelopes and place where you can leave cash or checks, in our donations. We had the earlier one. We have to raise, I think it's like $30,000. The first one we didn't come close to that goal, so we're continuing the campaign. We'll have more information on it again in a couple of months. So we do ask you to. It's an important thing to donate to Habitat for Humanity. And then next week we're starting our 9-day novena for life. The anniversary of the Roe v. Wade decision that legalized abortion across the country. That's January 21st is the anniversary of that decision. And so next week we'll have a novena. You can join us online virtually for that novena, or we'll be gathering in prayer before the noon masses on weekdays, before the 8:30 mass on Saturday morning, and before the 9:30 mass on Sunday. So check the bulletin, the website's flock notes for information about that. So lots of good opportunity. We continue to emphasize the need to pray, right? Right now during this difficult time, it's just so important that we just gather in prayer, turn it all over to Mary, go to Christ, and just really ask for his help in whatever we're dealing with for our community, our families, our nation, for the world.
I might add before we go that just underneath this video, we've reposted the link to the YouTube video that explains the Habitat for Humanity effort, and with some conversation with David Vogt, who coordinates the SSJ effort. Also, we have the booklet for the novena for the Infant of Prague. And that's also posted on today's flock note, and as is the flyer for information on the novena for the 9 days for life. And next week we will post the novena for that effort as well. Father, thanks for being with us and for talking with us and filling us in. We'll see you again on Monday.
All right, good. Thank you.